Gah! Yo, what is up, YouTube? Here with another video, and I want to talk about how I think, or why I think the characters in Zenless Zone Zero, like the main characters, are pretty refreshing when it compares to like the other big gachas that we've been playing so far. So let's get it out of the gate. First off, the other big three gachas are just gender swapped variants of the same character, the main character, right? And not only that, all of them have fucking amnesia. All of them have the backstory of having, I don't know where the fuck I've been. I am new here. Sort of. Wuthering Waves is like, you kind of know who you are, but it's still weird, right? All this shit. It gets a little finicky, right? It's a little silly. I don't know if there's a good build for this shit or not, but we're going to fuck it anyway. Let's see. So, it just kind of like, we get it. We get it. We all have fucking amnesia. We're forgetful. It's the point of it. It's like the, do the self insert and the of you're a stranger and you're learning all this new stuff from the get go, right? All right, I get it. But we don't have to do that storytelling every gacha game, or every big one at least. I'm hoping like the new ones like Neverness to Everness and that other one that's essentially like GTA or the other GTA like, right? So I just feel like I just gotta acknowledge that real quick. All right, next. What's the point of a voiceless self insert if your decisions hardly matter? I'm gonna pause. Fuck. I can't focus. I can't talk and play the fucking game at the same time without getting my thoughts all rambly, right? So what's the point of a voiceless self insert if your decisions hardly fucking matter? Because when you're playing as Bell and Wise, you have an understanding that these are completely their own characters, and you're just kind of taking control of them, and they're still making their own, decisions. You're just kind of like there for the ride. Same thing with the rest of the gacha games. You're kind of just controlling the characters, and you're there for the ride. But the problem is trying to do the self-insert at the same time, and there's parts where you don't necessarily need self-insert, if you get what I mean. Like, it's story-driven, so in those story-driven sections, what's the point of it if your decisions hardly will change anything? Why not these characters just, like, talk and everything, right? And I guess you could say, like, oh, it'll cost more money or some shit. I don't know. If it's going to be that argument, I just find that, like, a bad excuse for, like, not wanting to pay voice actors for that shit or whatever. Like, gosh damn, I feel like those moments should be voiced. Like, only, like, rare situations where it's, like, I guess, like, Nikkei, for instance. Nikkei, your decisions kind of matter. Like, but the thing is, the game is clearly self-insert, where the MC is kind of there, but not really. All the other characters are there for the show. However, in these ones, the main character does fucking matter, does have the spotlight on them a few times, right? So, that's where my gripe is, right? The whole self-insert shit. I think there's a lot of self-insert parts in the game that are not truly necessary. So, like, if you're doing, like, the hangouts and stuff, like, voices and all that, I'm completely fine with that shit. That's all for, like, self-fulfilling fan service, right? It's great. It's great. And let's see. So let's go over, like, some of the characters, like, specifically, right? Lumine hardly... she kind of has a personality. She's she's, like, basic. She's, like, a very kind person. That's the best way to describe it. She's pretty much a basic, kind person. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. However, I think, like, Genshin Impact, for instance, is like, it's kind of like the cornerstone of all this shit. So we're going to give it some leniency. I'm not going to shit on Lumine necessarily. They can make her character better, right? They can make her character better. I hope she gets to talk much more in the game because here's the thing. Everyone's fucking waiting for this character to talk. Everyone wants to hear this character talk and hear her thoughts. I think so many players are more like, how do I describe this? I think looking at it from the self-insert aspect of silence, these MCs are more interesting when talking. I may be wrong about this from all the artworks and shipping I see. I think this is like the impression I got from all that shit. I think more people are interested in letting these characters talk instead of self-inserting. That's basically it. So, Lumine, kind of there. Stell, she's a lovable dumbass, dude. From Starville, she's a lovable dumbass. By the way, I'm clearly saying the female main characters of these versions because I played as female main characters. I just prefer it that way. Yeah. But yeah, the Trailblazer is a fucking dumbass, and we love her for it, and I would fight the moon for her. Awesome character. I love it when she talks. I love it when she says stupid shit. Love her. Okay? And Rover, Wuthering Waves. Okay, going to take a grain of salt with this because I've only played the first few chapters, which is like up to like that white-haired dickhead with the dick zipper that got removed. Female Rover is hot, cool, and interesting. That's my impression of her. She's hot, cool, and interesting. All right, she's a mortal fucking god or some shit, right? Something around that. And I think she's an interesting enough character where I just want to hear the character fucking talk. I want to hear this bitch talk. She seems interesting enough to like carry herself, right? So that's the way I see it. Now let's talk about the characters in Zenless, Bell and Wise. Bell and Wise, not only are they separate characters, and they have like different personalities. Like Belle, she's like a much more energetic, more like energetic character, right? Wise, he's a bit more calm, cool, and collected about shit, more relaxed. So there's that. So they have their like own dynamic where you actually love seeing these characters interact, and not only seeing them interact, but seeing them interact with the other characters. So that's what I like about it. It's so refreshing. And not only that, let's talk about the storytelling of it. So when you start as Bell and Wise, you're kind of just thrown in there, like, okay, we are these people, we are proxies, and we help people get into like these hollows to like deal with shit, right? That's the premise. However, I'm not going to say spoilers just for like people who are like getting into 1.4, right? Like barely getting through the game. If you're not playing it right now, pick it up. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It's pretty damn great. So, but here's the thing with them. You slowly start to understand or get an idea of who these characters are like. There's not just these proxies. There's something more going on with them we don't fully fucking understand yet. Especially after 1.4. There's some shit happens in 1.4 that gives you more questions about them. That's like, dude, what's going on here? I'm actually intrigued here. What is happening with them? I want to see more, right? And with the rest, with the other ones, you're basically, I don't know who I am. I'm slowly relearning myself, or I'm just figuring out shit as it goes, right? I'm figuring out shit as it goes. Not, and again, I want to preface this. I'm not saying these are bad, terrible things. I'm just saying the whole like Bell Wise situation is much more like refreshing and playing as characters, like playing as MCs that are their own characters. And I kind of prefer that right now instead of like the whole self-insert shit personally. It just seems more interesting in the storytelling aspect of it. I don't know. These are my current thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you guys also think this is like pretty refreshing? Would you guys like see more of this shit in like future gacha games, or instead of like self-inserting, these MCs we're playing as have more personalities of their own that always like flash around? We're not necessarily like just silent dudes there just sitting there and laying them just speaking voiceless, you know? Speaking zero, right? Speaking zero. Yeah, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video, it'll be much appreciated. I would love that. And also Discord below if you like gacha, wrestling, fighting games, all that shit. Video games, fuck it, you know? Would love to have a community to talk to about this shit. It would be fucking great. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Grah!